Hello guys and welcome back to the Traitors US, and today we're going to be talking about episode 7, and my goodness, it was a doozy. After the horrific cliffhanger of the last episode, I just wanted to start the episode by pointing out the fact that I did not realise that this was being streamed all in one go, which I think makes it even worse, the fact that they have these horrific cliffhangers, because if they were all put up on streaming services, there is no excuse for them to be 45 minutes long rather than an hour, because let's face it, if it was on TV and they had to fit in an hour time slot, 15 minutes of adverts, 45 minutes of TV show, that makes sense. But the fact that it went straight to streaming, 45-minute episodes are not cutting it. I'm sorry, but it's disappointing. That's all I got to say on the matter. But before we do get into the video, we are almost at 600 subscribers and we are almost on our way to 1,000. We are over the hill. We are on the landslide down. I finally hit 4,000 watch hours. If you don't know what that means, it means that as soon as I hit 1,000 subscribers, I can start monetizing my channel and hopefully making a little bit of money off of this. Not a great deal, but hopefully we'll keep growing and growing, and then I can make some decent money off of it. But if you guys are enjoying these videos, make sure to like, make sure to comment, and most importantly, make sure to subscribe. I see you lot out there. My watch hours by subscribers is a lot lower than my watch hours by people who are not subscribed. So if you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Why are you not joining the ranters? Come on. We're a happy people over here. Well, unless something annoys us. But we're a happy people sometimes. So, like, come on. Join the family. Or not. It's up to you. So, we are going to start with voting time, which I know is really, really weird for you guys, because normally voting time is near the end of the episode, and it just feels a bit weird starting off with it and not starting with, like, breakfast or something. But voting time did happen first, and I was sat here going, because essentially, the cliffhanger from last episode was, ooh, who's Sari gonna say? And she kind of just went, I'm just gonna vote with the people I think are faithful. And I thought, what a cop-out answer. What a shitty answer. Sari, you've built up this big conclusion to the episode, and it's not even paid off. And I literally wrote, if Sari doesn't vote for Cody, then what was the point of that cliffhanger? What was the point? So anyway, voting time happened. Cody voted for Rachel. Shelby voted for Rachel. Angelica voted for Cody. Stephanie voted for Cody. Rachel voted for Cody. Quentin voted for Kate. Sari voted for Cody. Kate voted for Rachel. Andy voted for Cody. Christian voted for Cody. Ari voted for Cody. Now, there are a few interesting things in there. Both traitors voted for Cody. Sari and Christian knew it was his time to go. They voted with the crowd. They blended in perfectly. And honestly, I got to applaud them for that. It's hard to blend in when you're a traitor, and I feel like they've done that kind of perfectly at this point. It's hard because there's only like a few episodes left. I think there's like 2 more round tables and then that's it. So yeah, honestly, they've done a really, really good job getting it this far, and Cody being the only person to get kicked out episode 7. I think this is the latest maybe that one of the traitors has been kicked off the show. In the seasons that I've watched, it was episode 4 for UK season 2, episode 6 for UK season 1, episode 3 for Australia season 2, and so this is I think the latest we've ever had a traitor found and be the first one found. So yeah, it was interesting. Stephanie's now very suspicious of Kate and Shelby because they were voting with Cody, but also I think she's forgotten to realise the fact that traitors can backstab each other. But also, I've got to remember, this was the first time they did this. This was a very, very new concept at the time. So there was no sort of like, oh, this is how you play the game. So I've got to give them the benefit of the doubt when it comes to this. Sometimes they're just being fucking stupid, but I got to give them the benefit of the doubt. So I'm going to skip straight over the Traitors Tower because they were basically deciding which of the 3 they wanted to go for, and I'm going to go straight to breakfast. Kate turned up. I knew Kate would turn up purely because the traitors, I feel like there is an element of production interference here, in the sense that I cannot believe that Kate is still here if someone behind the scenes isn't kind of keeping her around because they know that she's hilariously fun and good TV. I think that's potentially one skeptical reason why she's still here. The other reason is I think the traitors are like, she's a very, very good scapegoat, and it keeps the heat off of us. Until she is eliminated from the game, people are always going to think she's a traitor or think she might be a traitor. So she's a good scapegoat to have around. So it essentially came down to Rachel versus Angelica. I gotta be honest, they were taking a gamble going with those two because one of them could have had the shield. Obviously, we know that they didn't. Ari had the shield and he revealed it at breakfast, and Sari in that moment had to control herself because she knew she made the right decision. They did take a little bit of a gamble going for Angelica. So they decided to kill Angelica off because Rachel walked in. And I think that was the best plan for them to take. Angelica, out of the three, was the least suspicious. So get rid of them because then there's heat on the other two as why did they survive? They're still under the impression that there is a traitor in their midst. But who knows? It might be. It might not be. The faithful don't know. But I think the traitors did make a very, very good move by getting rid of Angelica, purely because, like they said, she's a bit of a liability. She doesn't really have her own thoughts. She kind of goes with the crowd. So, and she doesn't really have any suspicions of her own. She's not throwing any names out. So it would probably be best not to take her. But yeah, I thought it was an interesting breakfast. Kate still being alive was so funny because she was like, ugh, I've got to put up with another day of this bullshit. Yeah, honestly, very, very entertaining. After the round table yesterday, there's a lot of suspicions about Shelby and Kate mostly. Shelby kind of isolated herself, went to go sit on her own, and Ari was bringing up the fact that her reaction to Cody leaving wasn't shocked like the rest of them. She was almost sad, and I think that's an interesting thing to notice. But I think Shelby explained it herself that she was like, I trusted Cody and he backstabbed me, or he was lying to me, so it hurt. I wasn't necessarily shocked. I was upset because I was like, damn, this guy's lied to me. I also thought Cody's exit was really cute. Everyone went up and hugged him and went, don't apologize, don't apologize. Which I think is something that we don't see often. Like whenever in the UK version someone leaves, they just sit in their seats and go, oh my god, no one actually gets up and goes to talk to them. So yeah, I thought that was quite cute. But Sari went to go talk to Shelby, and they had a really, really beautiful moment. Shelby was like, I'm really missing my kid, but like I'm here trying to get a better future for him. And it really made me feel like a lot of sympathy towards Shelby. And then Sari was like, when I first went on Survivor, my youngest child was 5, so like I know the pain, I know what you're going through, so like if you ever need to talk to someone. Oh my god, it was a beautiful moment. Sari, my favorite person ever. I love her so much. She's incredible, and honestly just 10 out of 10 person. Genuinely, she's incredible. She's lovely. The only other thing that I wanted to bring up was the fact that Shelby and Kate had a conversation, and they were like, yeah, we're not in the clique, so like the clique's decided that one of us is going to go next. It does feel really cliquey, this series. I've never watched a series of the Traitors that has felt cliquey, because people are always like, oh, it could be this person, it could be this person, but everyone is writing off people too quickly in this series and focusing on the wrong people. They're really focusing on Shelby and Kate, both of whom were faithful. So I don't know, maybe this clique needs to look closer to home, I guess. The mission is here, and for the first time this series, it is a brand new mission. Woo! Big applause, big applause. Oh my god, I'm so happy. We had a brand new mission, something new for me to talk about, and it was basically just spot the difference. It was actually quite entertaining to watch, I gotta say, and I do feel like there was an element of we don't have enough ideas, so like let's just come up with something quickly and then we'll just move on. So with the spot the difference, the theme was kind of the billiards room has been messed up by the ghosts of the players who have left the game. Ooh. They were split into 3 teams. They had to find the 3 differences around the room. I gotta say, This was a tough challenge. Personally, I don't think I would have done much better than any of them, because it was a case of look around the room, then the lights go out, now look what's changed. And like some of the things were really obvious, and then some of the things were like the lampshade has changed colour. Ooh, the globe has changed colour. It was like, what? That's not easy. And then other ones was like, oh, this tuba is now a violin. It's like, oh, okay, that's really obvious. So yeah, there were a couple of interesting differences. The first team, Stephanie, Kate, and Shelby were in first. Stephanie was like, there's no differences in my area, so surely there's got to be one in your area, Kate. And Kate was like, oh no, Brandy's in the wrong place. Bam. And then I think Shelby actually got one of them correct. They only got 1 out of 3, which means they managed to raise £1,000. £1,000, yeah. That dollars, sorry. So actually about like £700, £800. And then the next team in was Andy, Sari, and Rachel. They managed to get a grand total of 0 differences correct. And then the final team, Quentin, Ari, and Christian. Yeah, because it's only 3 boys left, right? So Quentin, Ari, and Christian, they were the last 3 in, and they managed to get 1 difference. So essentially, the team with the most differences was the first and the last team, but because the last team did it quicker, they got to go to the armory, and Ari ended up getting the shield. Interestingly, they managed to get $2,000 added to the prize pot. Shameful, if you ask me, but it is what it is. Not really much you can do about it. Now, before the round table started, something was going on in the castle. Stephanie was talking to Shelby, and Shelby was like, oh, I like, we should be looking at like everybody, not just the people that we think are suspicious, because anybody could be a traitor and just hiding it very well. Like Quentin could be a traitor, Sari could be a traitor, and Stephanie was like, no, I know it's not Sari, because when we were doing the pick, she came out and she was upset that she wasn't a traitor. So like, I know she's a faithful. And Shelby was like, huh? And then Shelby went and told Andy this piece of information and was like, did you know that like Sari was upset that she wasn't a traitor? Like, she came into this game wanting to be a traitor. And Andy was like, rah, I didn't know that. Okay, let me go tell Sari this. And then she went to go tell Sari, and she was like, yo, Stephanie told Shelby, who told me, that this is what happened. And Sari was like, that fucking never happened. What's going on here? Why is Stephanie talking about me behind my back? I thought we were bros. I thought we were buddies. I thought we were in an alliance. Also, this game, I feel like alliances should be banned. I'm so sick of alliances in this game, because they just ruin the game. Like, what do you mean you're in an alliance? Anybody could be lying. Oh, it's so frustrating. It's so frustrating to watch when they're like, oh, the alliance. I'm like, oh, shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Oh, yeah, whatever. So, yeah, that rumour was going round. And then we head into the round table. And the round table was quite suspicious, I gotta be honest. It was quite interesting. I actually did have quite a good time watching it. It didn't end halfway through this time. We actually got to see who got voted out. And my goodness, it was a corker. So, Sari started by being like, yo, where's this rumour come from? And also, why is my name being brought up? This made Ari, like, in his little confessional booth, was like, that's a little bit suspicious. Why is she getting so heated that her name is being brought up? That's, interesting. Interesting indeed. But I thought it was also quite a good, sort of plan, I guess. Is that the right word? I don't really know. Because, like, Sari's kind of making herself look faithful because nobody is suspicious of her. Like, actually, nobody around that table is suspicious of her. She's playing almost a perfect game, which is crazy to me, but she's doing it, so I can't be mad at it. Shelby was then like, she was being asked to prove that she's a faithful, and she was like, hey, yo, I cannot prove that I am a faithful no more than Geraldine could, Matthew, Brandy, the other person that we kicked out that was, what was his name? Kyle. All of those people were faithful and they couldn't prove that they were faithful. But tell me why you think I'm a traitor and I will try and disprove it. And I was like, damn, that's actually quite a good way of looking at it. Like, I'm not going to be able to convince you that I am a faithful, so let me convince you why I'm not a traitor. That's a really good plan. Honestly, if I'd have been sat at that table, I'd been like, you know what, Shelby? Yeah, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Yeah, fair. I don't actually know who I would have voted for if I hadn't have voted for Shelby. But also, like, I don't know. Currently, the thing is that nobody around this table, apart from fucking what's-her-face, Kate, nobody is, like, genuinely looking suspicious. There's just, like, little things that are making people be like, maybe that's a bit sus. Let's jump on that and let's spin a narrative that doesn't really fit. Rachel was just getting shot down every time she was like, this is why I think you're a traitor. Shelby was like, well, actually, this is the explanation for that. And then Rachel was like, but what about this? And then Shelby was like, Shelby really remained calm and composed, I thought. Despite, like, people hounding her, she remained calm and composed, and I was actually really impressed with her. She did a really fantastic job. Kate then was like, yo, guys, I'm ready to go. Vote for me, please. Vote for me. Once again, I'm questioning whether this is a really fucking good tactic from her or whether it would be a good tactic for a traitor, because once again, she survives a round table. She's so far, since her name was brought up in Brandy's banishment, she has been brought up every single time. People have voted for her every single time, and it's so fascinating. This is the first banishment in a long time when her name has not been one of the votes, and I find that so fascinating. So, without much further ado, let's get into our second voting time of the episode. I know, it's crazy! This episode, Kate voted for Rachel, Andy voted for Shelby, Ari voted for Shelby, Christian voted for Shelby, Shelby voted for Stephanie, Steph voted for Shelby, Rachel voted for Shelby, Quentin voted for Shelby, Sari also voted for Shelby. So, Shelby ended up with 7 votes, Steph ended up with 1 vote, Rachel ended up with 1 vote, Kate ended up with 0 votes! Nobody wants to get rid of her now! It's so funny. But also, I'm so happy she's still on the show, because every episode she gives me hilarious quotes. Like, in the previous episode, I didn't mention it in my review, and when I was editing, I was like, fuck, I forgot to mention it. But when Rachel walked in, and Kate was wearing a, like, golf sweater, she turned to Rachel and went, oh, how can I trust your judgment when you put on that outfit this morning? And Rachel was like, oh! I can't believe you've just said that. And then she went looking like that, and it didn't hit as hard. But Kate, the way you clown Rachel is so funny. It's so funny. So yeah, unfortunately Shelby had to leave the round table. Honestly, gutted. I really liked Shelby. I thought she was lovely. And Kate was really guilting them and being like, ugh, guys, because everyone was like, oh, I just feel bad because, like, she was a single mother and she could have really used that money. And Kate was like, yeah, why do you think I didn't vote for her? I knew she was faithful, and you've taken that money away from a single mother. Yeah, you should feel bad. This is, you know, this feeling of guilt? That's what it feels like. Sari was crying. Kate was guilting everyone. Honestly, what a mess. There's always one person that they banish every single series that just causes turmoil of like, fuck, we got it so wrong. Like, I think in Australia too, it was oh, what's her face? Annabelle. It was Annabelle. I almost said Abigail. Annabelle in UK season 1. I think it was like, I'm trying to think who it was actually. I actually can't think. Maybe Ryan. Maybe like Theo, I guess, because Theo's departure was the one that sort of unraveled the whole Amanda plot. But yeah, on the whole, a sad exit. And before I end the episode, the traitors were given the option to recruit or murder. We don't know what's happening, so like I've got nothing interesting to talk about that until next episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. A little bit of a weird one today, a little bit of a different structure. Not sure if I like it. I think they should just like stop fucking around with the like structure of everything and stop trying to manufacture cliffhangers, because like the cliffhanger of who's gonna die is enough. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like you're just trying to make drama out of nothing. Yeah. Oh well, it is what it is. So, if you guys did enjoy, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all of that YouTube stuff that you guys do so well. And I will see you guys in the next episode of The Traitors tomorrow, which is a Thursday. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you didn't, I don't want to hear about it. If you did, and you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. We're almost at 600. We're almost at 700. We're pretty much at 1,000 at this point. Come on, guys. So, I need all of your guys' support to get me there. Yeah, cool. Right, I'm going to end this episode. I'm going to keep on rambling otherwise. So, thank you guys very, very much for watching. Keep on ranting. Bye now.